You need to stop disqualifying yourself. I get it. I understand. As a creative person, we're constantly growing. We're constantly aspiring to do better, to do bigger things. We're comparing ourselves with other people in our space, trying to determine where we're at and how we can get to where we want to go. There's also a lot of affirmation that we desire that is built into why we do what we do. We want to be affirmed. We want to be told, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, this is amazing. This is wonderful. This changed my life. But listen, at the expense of all of that, what you're doing is you're damaging who you are already. You're damaging all of the wonderful gift that is inside of you at this moment. You're devaluing it. And you're disqualifying yourself because you're not where you want to be. Listen, you don't get the job. You don't have that responsibility to qualify or disqualify yourself. That's not something that you should be doing anyways. But what happens is we get so wrapped up in perfection and performance and wanting to be something and comparing ourselves to other people. We get so wrapped up into that now we start to determine if we're qualified or not. And listen, you just got to stop that. You got to stop that, because you are not the person who qualifies. And listen to this, what you have inside of you already at this point, at this moment, is qualified. You have the ability to do whatever it is that you desire to do. And listen, let's talk about a little bit some of the reasons why people disqualify themselves. They don't think they're good enough. They don't think they have enough. They don't think they're worthy. But listen, all of those things are not for you to determine. You already have enough. Everything inside of you, you can give it. Somebody can choose to take it or not. Listen, we need to really get away from this idea that if you have something of value or you have something that's good, that everybody's just supposed to love it. Everybody's not going to love it. Everybody's not going to feel the same way about it. And that's okay. That's okay. Like, you need to hear that there's going to be people, no matter how good or talented or dialed in, or no matter how good your performance is or how perfect it is, there's going to be people that just do not identify with it, that do not like it, it's just not their cup of tea. And that's okay. That's not a reflection on your value, a reflection on your worth, or even the level of your creativity. That means nothing. There's always going to be those people. So listen to this. There's another reason why people disqualify themselves. You're afraid that you're going to be wrong. You're afraid that somebody's going to expose the error in you. You're afraid that somebody's going to find a crack in your delivery and what you're presenting to the market and what you're presenting. And if they find that crack, then everything's going to crumble down. And listen, that's kind of where that perfection comes in. Listen, you cannot disqualify yourself based on that. You have to have a truth inside of you that you share. And will you be wrong? Maybe. You might. But listen, that's the boldness that is needed to actually release things into the world, to take that risk of being willing that I might be wrong. Hey, listen, this is what I believe. This is what I stand for. This is where I'm going. This is my direction. Knowing that somebody who's more educated, more smart, has been doing it longer, is 10 times better, more respected, could come by and say, you know what? No, that's the wrong approach. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not even right. You're not even doing it right. Listen, that fear is what keeps people from not sharing, from not stepping into, from not practicing, from not releasing everything that is inside of them, because they're afraid that somebody's going to see that crack and expose it. And then what? You're wrong. Man, let me just tell you this. There's a certain level of boldness and courage that it takes to take a stand with the possibility that you might be wrong. There's a certain level of courage that you have to have. And check this out. That courage is not going to come from you just wanting to elevate yourself. That courage is going to come from a belief that you have inside of yourself. A belief for something that is greater than you, that is going to compel you and draw you to take that risk. So listen, creative, as you're doing what you're doing, as you're listening to this message right now, you need to identify why you're doing what you're doing. And it needs to be a big reason. It needs to be a reason that is big enough to pull you out of your shell, and give you the courage to say, you know what, I might be wrong, but listen to this, I might be right. Listen to this, man, I might be right. So I hope that encourages you, man. Quit disqualifying yourself. Quit disqualifying yourself from opportunities, from possibilities. You can do it. You have enough and you are enough. Listen, the Bible says in Ephesians 2:10 that you were created to do good work, which he prepared for in advance. The work has already been prepared in advance for you. All you got to do is do it.